nowadays we are using very widely this video conferencing. Now our class in Google Zoom also one type of video conferencing. So this video conferencing also extension of intranet or extranet systems, because in internet extranet also we use computer and Wi-Fi connections, internet in a communication. Likewise in video conferencing also we are using the same thing. That is why it is otherwise it is extension of intranet and extranet links. Through video conferencing nowadays, many students, since world has become global village, we may learn many things through this online classes, online apps. For preparing civil services and group one also, many students are downloading this online apps and they are listening classes. They are learning many more things. So this is a very useful thing. We can see the live audios, videos, images. We can see, hear and talk with each other through video conferencing. We can use technology and we can use different effects. So we can interact person far away from our place. So this video conferencing is useful in organization, work without boundaries. So this is, you can use wherever you are. You can use distance members also. Not sometimes we can use video. We can use PPTs and presentations through physical mode. You can also use live videos, live audios through distance members. So some organization, they may have, for example, software fields. Many software employees, they complete their project work through this online using internet and extranet and video conferencing, because somebody at India, somebody, then they will work for the other countries, US based companies or other countries. So this is very useful in communication. So employees computer is linked to suppliers and computer and customers computers. The boundaries separating organization become further blurred. So other person also, they need to have a good Wi-Fi connection, then only it is possible to communicate with each other. This is about video conferencing. Then knowledge management. This knowledge management means it is a process of organizing and distributing an organization's collective wisdom, so the right information gets to the right people at the right time. Right information, right people at the right time. Then only it will get good communication. Then they will do work correctly, accurately. Right information, right people at the right time. So this knowledge management provides an organization with the both competitive edge and improved organization performance, because it makes its employees smarter. Okay, you can do smart work in organization by using this knowledge management. So knowledge management begins by identifying what knowledge matters to the organization. Management need not to review process to identify those that provide the most value. So this is about knowledge management. Then we'll discuss about barriers to effective communication. So there are different variants of effective communication. First one is filtering. So this filtering refers to sender's purpose purposely manipulating information. It will be seen more favorably by the receiver. So sender, when he sends some message, the sender will have some purpose to send that particular message. So senders purposely manipulating information. So it will be seen more favorably by the receiver. So receiver will understand the intention, importance of that particular message. So he will receive favorable message. So, so the major determinants of filtering is the number of levels in an organization structure. So it all depends on the organization. They may have different hierarchical structures. The vertical hierarchical structures. The more vertical levels in the organization's hierarchy, the more opportunity there are for filtering. So there are more verticals. There are more what we call different departments. So the more vertical levels in the organization hierarchy, the more opportunities there are for filtering. So each level they will filter the information. They will filter the message. Then selective perception. The receivers in the communication process selectively see and hear based on their needs, motivations, experience, background, and other personal characteristics. So when you receive some message from others, you can decode them based on your needs, based on your motivation, based on your experience, based on your background, and other personal characteristics. So sometimes receivers also project their interest and expectations into communication. So while decoding, you can use your interest, experience, you can project your own expectations in the while decoding the communication. Then next one is information overload. When you process the data, sometimes you may get so much of information. When you want something, but the data is very high, it exceeds your capacity. That is called information overload. For example, emails, instant messaging, phone calls, faxes, meetings. So nowadays we are using WhatsApp as a means of communication. So if you open any one of your WhatsApp group, there are number of messages. It is sometimes your phone may not work with that so much of information. That is information overload. So you have to filter the information. Sometimes because of this information overload process, you may lose information, correct information. This is less effective communication. So you have to communicate right person, right thing, right amount of information. Then emotions. So we are all emotions. While receiving and communicating, we use our own emotions. But when you receiving something, when your mood, when you are anger, when you are disturbed, when you are happy, so some information received by you when you are angry, your response may be different. Some information, the same information you receive while you are happy mood, you do something. The same information when you are disturbed mood, or when you are angry, you may react another way. So while receiving and sending the message, your mood, your emotions are important. Then language. So this language, through experience, through your age, through different people, through your educational background, through your cultural background, you may use different language. Okay, so Telugu medium students up to degree, up to PG, up to degree, they may speak English, but they may not fluent as English medium students from convent students. So this language is also one of the barrier of the barriers of effective communication. It all depends on the different people who use different language based on their age, based on their education, based on their cultural background. So the language influence information. In an organization also, different people come together to work in a particular organization. They may have diversified backgrounds. They may use different languages, different style, different words, different catchwords, different buzzwords. They may use different technical jargon also. So they may sometimes same organization will have different setups, different practices in different countries. So sometimes people from different countries work as a team. They have to complete the project, but in a language they may use diversified because of their diversified background. They may use different languages. So it is also one of the barriers of communication. Then communication apprehensions. What is communication apprehension? It is otherwise anxiety. So somebody will have their personality style. Somebody may have or somebody will have different personality. That is, somebody may have shyness while speaking in the group. Somebody may have friendly with others, introvert, extrovert. So this communication apprehension is more related to introverts. So they may not mingle with others. They do not communicate in a group. They will have their inferiority complex. They may not share the information properly with others. Then it is otherwise it is one of the barriers of communication. Then some issues in communication, that is communication barriers between women and men. So in any organization there are men and women work in the same organization. They may have to play different roles, responsibilities in the organization. So men frequently complain that women talk on and on about their problems. So women means complaint box. So women then women criticize men for not listening. So according to men's view, women means they will all keep on talking about their problems. They may not do work. Whereas women criticize about men, they may not listen properly. Then sometimes they assert their desire and independent and control by offering solutions. Then men often criticize women for seeming to oblige all the time. Men tend to always want to say apologize. This is about communication barriers between women and men. Now silence as communication. So in organization behavior, sometimes absence of speech are nice also, communicate something. So sometimes this noise is generally ignored as a form of communication, but it represents inaction. So without doing any action, without doing any behavior, this is silent. You can communicate something through your silence. So not silent. Silence means it is failure to communicate. But sometimes you can use it as a powerful form of communication. You can give the signal that agreement, dissent, frustration, or anger through silent only. So, failing to pay close attention to the silent portion of conversation can result in missing a vital part of the message. So, sometimes you have to listen carefully and silently. Then, cross cultural communication. So, communication between the cultures. So, cross cultural factors clearly create the potential for increased communication problems. A gesture that is well understood and acceptable in a culture can be meaningless not in another. So we have different cultures. We may use different gestures, but for other cultures it is not good. For example, in our India, we may have different culture, that is Hindus, Muslims, and Christians. So all of them use different gestures and signs while doing prayer or while doing their rituals. But according to their culture, they will take the gesture is different. Then cultural barriers. It is cross-cultural communication. So sometimes this barriers are caused by the semantics. Semantics means meaning of the communication. Sometimes barriers caused by the word connotation. Then with this, we have discussed about communication barriers. We'll move on to next one, that is traditional theories of leadership. What do you know leadership? So this leadership is a part of social psychology. Man is a social animal. So each organization will have group. So you have to mingle with others. You have to work with your team. You are a social being. Leadership has probably been written about there are different views, different purpose in leadership. So this leadership means team leader, group leader, project leader. So this leader has to influence other group members towards achievement of group goals. So leader is a group member who exerts the most influence within the group. So without this leader influence, the group may not function very well. So this leader has to have different traits. He has to influence, sometimes formal way. Some they have to use some managerial risk in an organization. Sometimes they may use different techniques, different skills to influence their group members. So in this, we have tried theories of leadership. In this tried theory of leadership, it has got different views and for various purpose. They have identified about different qualities of the leader. They have mentioned different traits. That is, first one is determination. Determination means the desire to achieve certain goal coupled with high energy. So leader has to have this trait, that is determination. Then self-confidence. It means certainty of one's skills and competencies. Next one is intelligence. General intellectual ability and leadership motivation. So desire to be in charge and exercise authority over others. So perhaps the most important single characteristic of leader is flexibility. Flexibility means the ability to recognize what actions or approaches are required in a given situation and then to act accordingly. So there are the different traits of the leader. We will repeat the same. Determination. Determination. Then self-confidence, intelligence, motivation. Last one is flexibility. So flexibility is very important character of leadership. That is the ability to recognize what actions or approaches are required to a given situation and then to act accordingly. So they have different several basic dimensions of personality. Leader has to have different dimensions. That is big 5 dimensions of personality. It is otherwise called as a big 5 factor theory. In this 5 dimensions are extraversion, agreeableness, consciousness, openness, and emotional stability. So first one is extraversion. Extraversion means opposite to introversion. Introversion means isolated person. Extraversion means a tendency to be outgoing, assertive, and active. He is very outgoing, assertive, and active. That is extraversion. Agreeableness. It means tendency to be kind, gentle, trusting, and trustworthy. You can rely upon him. You can trust the leader. He is a trustworthy person. This is second personality characteristics. Then consciousness, being dependable and achievement oriented. So leader has always influenced the others and is dependable person for the group. Openness, the tendency to be creative, imaginative, and thoughtful. So he has to have this creative personality. He has to imagine and he has to have thoughtfulness. Then last one is emotional stability. It means the tendency to be calm, not depressed, and not moody. These are the big 5 dimensions of personality according to trait theories of leadership. The trait theory suggests that effective leadership is contingent on the level to which leaders have certain characteristics. So out of these 5, many leaders will have 2 or 3 traits. Then only will become a good leader. Next one is behavioral theories of leadership. In IOW leadership studies, They have studied in Ohio State and Michigan University. That is, the autocratic leader of the group was very directive and makes all decisions of the group. So this autocratic means dictatorship. He did not allow any participation of the group members. He was concerned about the task and told the followers. That's it. So autocratic way. So there is no democracy. The autocratic leader, they may not listen to other persons. Then, whereas democratic leader, he encourages discussions among the groups and he allowed them to participate in the decision making. Then we have other thing, that other type of leadership, that is leader-fair leadership. It means neither autocratic nor democratic. Feel free. You can work or not work. You can come to organization or not. You will not bother about that. That is third type of leader. First one is autocratic leader. It is a dictatorship. Second one is democratic leader. He encourages discussion with the group members and he allows them to participate in decision making. That is in a democratic way. You can share knowledge with his followers and involve them in the planning and execution of the task. So everybody in democracy, they will have equal rights, equal responsibility. In decision making also, they may play a very vital role. Whereas in autocratic, they don't have any opportunity to say their views because the leader is whole and soul. Whereas leader-fair means complete freedom, and he did not provide any leadership. Okay, he did not establish any policies or procedures to do the task. Very free. So this third type leadership, he avoids participating in group activities and did not intervene in any way. So in this third one, leader-fair leadership, the leader may work as an observer. Just he will observe the group members, what they are doing. Whereas in autocratic way, everything direction comes from the leader, others has to follow, whether they like or not. There won't be any discussions with group. Second one is democratic leader. Everything they may share their views. Then he can create, he can involve all the members in a planning and execution. Whereas in third side leadership, that is leader-fair leadership, his role was as an observer. He may not establish any policies or procedures to do the task. Then he may not give any opportunity to participate in group activities, and he did not intervene in any activity about the group. So this is about behavioral theories of leadership. In this, they have mentioned the Ohio State leadership studies about initiating structure consideration. So in initiating structure, leader refers to extent to which a leader likely to define and structure his or her role and those subordinates in the attainment of goals. So here leader is in democratic way, he may use different structure and what is role, then he can tell the subordinate roles So how to do the particular, how to attain that particular goal? So it includes the behavior of the leader that attempts to organize work, establish relationship between himself and the work groups and goals in a democratic way. Next one is consideration. It is described as the extent to which the leader is likely to have mutual trust, respect from subordinates, ideas, and respond for their feelings in the job relationship. So in the consideration, the leader may consider subordinates' ideas. He may respond to their feelings, and he maintain job relationships. So always he may create comfort zone and their well-being, their satisfaction, their job satisfaction. So he will always considering all the subordinates' ideas, their feelings, will respect their feelings, and he helps subordinates with the personal problems and treats them as friends and equals. So there, in consideration leadership style, he won't discriminate whether he is a leader, others are subordinates. He will consider all their, he will respect subordinate ideas and respond for their feelings. He maintain job relationship. Then he will create comfort zone. He will always do for their well-being. Then he may help. He may resolve their personal problems also. So in consideration leadership, the leaders treats them their subordinates as friends and equals. So here initiation structure and consideration action. Leader assign task to the group members in an initiation structure, whereas in consideration, leader listen to the group members. Then in the initiation structure, leader directs the group to follow standard rules, whereas in the consideration, leader is willing to make changes. Then in initiation structure, leader lets group members know what is expected of them. In a consideration style, leader is friendly and approachable. Then in a initiating structure, leader is interested in the completion of the task, whereas in the consideration, leader is concerned about people. Then we have mentioned other Michigan leadership styles studies, that is managerial grid. In this managerial grid, they have mentioned different managers, that is country club manager, team manager, organizational manager, empowerment manager, and task manager. This is about traditional theories of leadership. Next one is unit 15, that is contingency theories of leadership. So this contingency theories are attempted to isolate critical situational factors that affect leadership effectiveness. Sometimes, for instance, popular moderate variable identified by the contingency theories of leadership. So in this contingency leadership, we have Fielder's contingency model of leadership. It is a comprehensive contingency theory of leadership effectiveness based on situational factors. These are proposed by the Fred Fielder. So according to Fred Fielder contingency model, so it is not about who the leader is, what skills he or she has, how he or she acts. So contingency theory examines the leader in conjunction with the situation the leader is in. So according to the situation, so leader may have different skills, leader may have different traits, but according to the situation, how he reacts, that is most important. So according to this Fred Fielder's theory, a contingency theory model, it argues that effective leadership is contingent upon the proper match between the leader's style with his or her subordinates and the work situation that gives control and influence to the leader. So Fielder model is somewhat complex. First one is identifying leadership style. So according to Fielder's, the key factor in leadership success is individuals' basic leadership style. That is, he developed an instrument that is called as a least preferred co-worker questionnaire. So in this, he identified what the basic style is. The inefficient, supportive hostile, the competent firm, and least preferred co-worker questionnaire. Here are different situation. So individuals with basic leadership style has been assessed through the least preferred co-workers questionnaire. So it is necessary to match the leader with the situation. So leader member relation, task structure, and position power. So first one is leader member relations. The degree of confidence, trust, respect to subordinates have in their leader. It is the most critical factor in determining the favorableness of the situation. So those who are having this good relationship with their subordinates. Next one is task structure. The degree to which the job assignment are prioritized, which is second most important input in the favorableness of the situation. Third one is the leader's position power. So the degree of influence a leader has over power variables such as hiring, dismissing, discipline, promotion, and salary increase. This is the third one. So in the next failure model is to evaluate the situation in terms of these about three contingency variables. So leader member relations are either good or poor, task structure is either high or low, and position power is either strong or weak. So according to Fielder, the better the leader member relations, the more highly structured the job and the stronger the position power, then the situation is highly favorable. So situation considered to be favorable to the leader if all three of the above dimensions are high. So on the other hand, if the leader member relations are poor, job is not structured and the leader has very little control, then the situation is said to be unfavorable. So, by mixing the three contingency factors, there are potentially 8 different situations or categories in which leader could find him or her. That is matching leaders and situation. Next one is application of failure theories. So, according to this failure theory, leader member relations, leader task structure, and the leader's position power. So, in situation, is considered to be favorable to the leader if all three of the above dimensions are high. Then, on the other hand, if the leader member relations are poor, job is not structured, and the leader has very little control, then the situation is said to be unfavorable. So, by mixing the three contingency factors, that is leader member relations, task structure, and leader's position power. So, he has mentioned 8 different situations or categories in which a leader could find himself or herself. First one is matching leaders and situations. So, with the knowledge of the individual style based on the least preferred co-workers questionnaire and assessment of the three contingency variables, that is match them up to the achieve maximum leadership effectiveness. So, field carried out several studies. Leadership versus task-oriented leadership styles in each 8 situations. That is category number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, in the first one, up to 4 categories good, then 5th to 8th poor, then task structure, first to high, then 3 and 4th low, then 5th, 6th high, 7th and 8th low. Position power, first one is strong, second one weak, likewise strong, weak, and strong, weak. So, applications of Fielder's theory. So, you can, according to this Fielder's application theory, you can improve. There are 2 ways in which to improve leader effectiveness. First, change the leader to fit the situation. So, you have to change the leader based on the situation. For example, if a group situation is highly unfavorable, but is presently led by leadership-oriented manager, so the group performance could be improved by replacing that manager with one who is task-oriented. So, based on the situation, you have to change the leader. Then second one is change the situation to fit the leaders. So, you have to either change the situation and you have to change the leader. First, you have to change the leader, otherwise, you have to change the situation. So, this could be done by the improving leader member relations, restructuring tasks, increasing or decreasing the power of the leader. Then situational theory of leadership. This theory is proposed by Hershey and Blanchard, known as situational theory of leadership. So, while Fielder's theory suggests that certain leaders work best in certain environments because Because of their leadership style, situation leadership theory argues that any leader can work best in any environment by changing their style accordingly. So, but doing better leadership, you have to change the leadership style, not the situation. So, contingency theory focuses on the followers. Successful leadership is achieved by the selecting of right leadership style, whereas situation theory of leadership argues about two issues, that is why focus on the followers, what is meant by the term readiness. So he emphasized the leadership effectiveness reflects the reality that they who accept or reject the leader. So this leader effectiveness depends on the actions of his or her followers. So this is the important dimensions that has been overlooked or underemphasized in most leadership theories. So the term readiness refers to the extent to which people have the ability and willingness to accomplish a specific task. For example, in our teaching learning classes, we always take consideration of the learner's readiness. What do we mean learner's readiness? When learner is physically, mentally ready, stable, then only we'll call it as a learner's readiness. For example, now we are having our online classes, 1 hour class. So you can listen, you can concentrate on class for about 1 hour. For example, same class from morning to 4 o'clock, morning to evening, you may not concentrate because you may not ready to listen, you may not ready to grasp, you may get bored. From morning 10 to evening 4, according to our timetable, we may have different classes. 10 to 11 one class, then 11:30 to 12:30 one class, 12:30 to 1:30 to 2:30 class, another class, then 3 to 4. So meanwhile there is 30 minutes gap. Okay. Likewise, here according to the situational theories of leadership, the term readiness refers to the extent to which people have the ability and willingness to accomplish a specific task. So in teaching learning classes, when learner is ready, physically, mentally active, stable, then only he receive the information from the teacher. Likewise, in an organization also, when they are ready, they have the ability and willingness to accomplish a specific task. So that is called readiness of the employees, readiness of the co-workers, readiness of the subordinates. So according to these leadership styles, so situational leadership uses the same two leadership dimensions, that is field as identified, that is according to this leadership style, they have different dimensions, either high or low. So sometimes combining them into 4 specific leaders behaviors, that is telling, selling, participating, and delegating. So according to this leadership style, there are 4 dimensions, that is telling style, selling style leadership, participating style, delegating style. So we'll discuss about telling style. So this telling style, this is a high task, low relationship style, and is effective when followers are very low level of maturity. So the leader defines roles and tells people what, how, when, and who has to do various tasks. So it emphasizes directive behavior. So here telling style, it is a high task. So here it directs followers to do activity to complete the task when they are low level of maturity. So leader has every right to define their roles, and he tells the people what, how, when, and who has to do various tasks. So it emphasizes directive behavior. So this is about telling style leadership. Second one is selling style. This is a high task, low relationship style, and is effective when followers are on the low side of maturity. So the leader provides both directive behavior and supportive behavior. So whether in telling style, the leader is having only directive behavior, whether selling style, so leader he provides both directive behavior and as well as a supportive behavior. He directs the roles and responsibilities to the co-workers or subordinates, and he supports them by doing so. Then participating style. This is a low task, high relationship style, and is effective when followers are high side of maturity. So in selling style, followers have low level of maturity, whereas in participating style, followers has high side of maturity. So the leader and followers share in decision making, with main role of the leader being facilitating and communicating. So in a selling style, the leader role is directive behavior. Then in selling style, leader may provide both directive behavior and supportive behavior. Whereas in participating style, leader role is facilitator and communicator. He may facilitate and communicate with the followers. That is participating style. Then delegating style. So this is also low task, low relationship style, and is effective when followers are very high level of maturity. So the leader provides little direction or support. Here leader will provides very little direction and support. Next one is very low readiness. So people are both unable and unwilling to take responsibility to something. They are neither competent nor confident. So low readiness means people are unable but willing to do the necessary job tasks. They are motivated but currently lack the appropriate skills. So they are motivated but they may not have appropriate skills. That is low readiness. Then high readiness. People are able but unwilling to do what the leader wants. So they have readiness but they are unwilling to do what the leader wants. They will not listen to the leader. Then very high readiness subordinate, that is people are both able and willing to do what is asked of them. Okay, so they are very high readiness. They may do willing to do what is asked of them. So generally people are three types. Okay, first First type is I am okay, you are not okay. Second style, I am not okay, but you are okay. So third style is third category. I am okay, you are okay, we are okay. So based on their personality traits, they may divide into three categories. That is, I am okay, you are not okay. So that is directive type. Second one is I am okay, you are not okay. Sorry, you are okay, I am not okay. That is some inferiority complex. Third type, I am okay, you are okay, we both are okay. So we may find these type of persons in a society because of their personality traits, because of their experiences. They may either belong to one of these three categories. Likewise, in a readiness theory also, they may have different personality traits. Very low readiness, low readiness, high readiness, very high readiness. So people are both able and willing to do what is asked of them. They have given figure here, leader behavior, task behavior, and relationship behavior. Then we have path goal theory. So in path goal theory, the theory predicts how leader style will interact with follower needs and the nature of the task. So the essence of theory is that the followers are on a path toward a goal, and leaders are there to help followers reach that goal through guidance, coaching, and direction. So according to this pathway theory, the followers or co-workers are on the path toward a goal. They are approaching the goal. They are near to goal. So leader has to help the followers reach that goal through their guidance, through coaching and direction. So the term path goal derived from the belief that effective leaders clarify the path to help their followers. So you are guiding them. You can, as a leader, you can give coaching and you can give direction. They are on the path. You have to help them. Path to help their followers get from where they are to the achievement of their work goals and make the journey along the path easier by removing the obstacles and pitfalls. So while doing some work, doing some projects, doing some task, there are some obstacles, there are some pitfalls. So as a leader, you have to remove those barriers, then clear the path. You can guide them, coach them, and you can direct them to reach their goals, organization goals. So according to this path goal theory, leaders' behavior is acceptable to subordinates to the degree that it is viewed by used by them as an immediate source of satisfaction or as a means of future satisfaction. So this is based on their satisfaction of the followers about the leader behavior. So you have to accept, you have to accept the behavior of the leader. So leader's behavior is acceptable to the subordinates. Then only they will do the work. They will go right paths. They will reach that goal. They will go on a right path to reach a goal. So subordinate has to accept the leader's behavior now or future satisfaction. So the leader behavior is motivational to the degree it makes subordinates need satisfaction contingent on effective performance, provide the coaching, guidance, support, and rewards that are necessary for effective performance. Test these statements. Yes, mentioned some aspects. So mentioned major styles of four major styles of types of leadership. That is direct leadership, support leadership, participatory leadership, achievement oriented leadership. First one, according to path goal theory, there are four major styles of leadership. First one is direct leadership. That this style is similar to the article leadership style described by the IOWA studies. We have discussed about IOWA studies in the first. So the leader gives specific directions to the subordinates about what they are expected to do, how to accomplish the task, and there is no participation by the subordinates. This is director leadership means dictator. As a dictator, you have to dictate, you have to set the goals, you have to direct the subordinates about what they are expected to do, how to accomplish the task, and there is no participation by the subordinates. So there is no participation by the subordinates. So they have to follow blindly the leader. That is directive leadership style. Is a leader as a dictator. He dictates. Then second one is supportive leadership. So the leader is friendly, approachable, and shows a genuine concern for subordinates. So this style of leadership is synonymous with the Ohio State leadership dimension of consideration. So you have to consider their skills, their interest, their satisfaction. That is, you have to support them. You have to support the subordinates. Whereas in direct leadership, there won't be any support from the leader. Leader will be act as a dictator. He will give director. He will give direction. Whereas supportive, he can consider their grievances, their interests. Then third one is participative leader. So the leader consults the subordinates, use their suggestions, but takes decision. So in participative leadership, so the leader considers subordinates, then he can use their suggestions, but he takes decisions. So he will take suggestions from the subordinates, but for decision making, leader has to take decisions. Then achievement oriented leadership. So the leader sets challenging goals for subordinates and shows confidence that they will attain these goals and perform well. That is achievement oriented leadership. So this type of leader sets challenging goals because he is having some achievement. He wants achievement from the subordinates, and he will show confidence that they will attain these goals and perform well. So in achievement oriented leadership, the leader has got confidence, high confidence, then he will show the confidence towards the support subordinates, and he will attain these goals and perform well. Because of their leadership style, the subordinates will complete the task within the given time. In pathway leadership model, subordinate characteristics, that is locus of control or ability, leadership behavior style, directive, supportive, participative, achievement oriented. Then subordinate perceptions and motivation, outcomes, satisfaction, role clarity, goal clarity, performance. So environmental forces, task characteristics, formal authority system, primary work group. Then we have nutrient task leadership. Nutrient. This nutrient task leadership is one who structures is as well as subordinate expectations and roles and emphasize task accomplishments. So this nutrient task leadership style, the leadership is who structures is as well as subordinate expectations and roles and emphasize task accomplishments. So he guides and directs his subordinates. Under such leadership, communication are expressed, structures and tasks relevant, responsibilities are pinpointed, and areas of decision making are synchronized with them. So he also cares for his subordinates, shows affection, and takes personal interest in their well-being, and above all, he makes them realize that they can grow up through task accomplishment and by cultivating better job skills and commitment. So in Indian culture, through manifest certain model characteristics like dependency, preference, personal relationship, and weak work values, etc. The authoritative leader will not be effective to lead such group. So with this, we have completed so far 15 units. We left over with still how many units are there? 5, 6,
17 minutes.
7 units are there.
17, sir.
7 units, no?
17, sir.
Why 17?
17.
42, 3 now.
Yes, in the block 4.
Remaining 9, sir.
In block 4, there are 2 units more. In block 5,
Sir, remaining 9, sir.
9 units.
24 units is there.
24 units are
24
there.
units is there. 15 completed. Remaining 9.
Okay.
Remaining 9.
Remaining 9.
Yes.
So
Remaining
we'll check with our
9 only.
yes.
When will you
We'll check
complete,
with
sir?
our head, sir, from the psychology department. According to them, they will take these leftover units also in the coming days. Possible, they may agree. I will take extra classes to complete your syllabus. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.